episodes. Bill Duke directed the episode. LeVar Burton. Who else? Nima Barnett, Ernst Dickerson, Bill Duke, and I think, yeah, I think that's it. And it was huge. It was huge, but it was almost like one of those joints that was ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was about 3 brothers who were orphaned in Harlem. And my brother Charlie, he got out of juvenile hall, and I was like dropped out of college to take like the outside of Harlem. And yeah, we got to take shows. Work was no joke, and I learned a lot from him too. And that got me a lot of recognition in Hollywood because I had just moved to off that. Like I shot the pilot when I was in New York. Then I moved to LA, and then I had to fly back to New York to go shoot the series.
Mm.
So what about the game? Did you have a little bit of bad blood with BET at one point?
Nah, man. Like, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. So I'm doing the game, right? I'm doing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what a lot of people don't understand is, you know, I don't have no bad blood with BET. It was people didn't have the right information.
Mm-hmm.
And just like sometimes in the media, you know, they're telling a story and then people believe in what they read. So it's like, nah, man, that's not what happened. So we were on the game, which I'm so thankful and happy to be a part of that series, and you know, all the actors involved with that. Like that changed my life huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so we shot 3 seasons on the CW in LA. We got canceled, and at the time we was like the #1 black show, the only black show, and it was dope, you know what I'm saying? And we got canceled and people went crazy. So then we heard that it was coming back, and then so BET picked it up. So when the show was coming back, I had gotten on another show. So I was on this show called Accidentally on Purpose with Jenna Elfman on CBS. So I got on the show, and I'm hearing, so I ran into Jose, who plays Malik, in the gym. He said, yo, bro, the game is coming back. I said, no, that's what's up. I said, I heard that. I go, I don't really know what that means because I have a show that I'm on, like in this contracts. You don't just quit a show because the other show wants you. Like there's paperwork and language and certain things in place to where you don't just walk off without getting sued or something. So I said, nah, man, I'm down. He's like, yo, are you in? I go, yeah, I'm down. So you know, they worked the deal out. But when they worked the deal out, my deal was for 2 years. Okay. It was for 2 years. BET had picked up the game for 3. Okay. So in my second year, after exhausting my contract in my second year, we were negotiating for the 3rd year to have me be a part of the 3rd year, which technically would have been a total of 6 years so far. So when they were negotiating, that we came to a standstill, and you know, like my agent was like, you know, this is what we're asking for, and BET's like, this is what we can do. And then so you sit there and you negotiate. So during that time, my team was like, okay, so we're gonna send Pooch out. Just so you know, meaning sending me out to audition for other things just in case the deal doesn't go through. And then I booked Ray Donovan. And so when I booked Ray Donovan, Showtime said, oh yeah, we love Pooch. He can go work over at BT still at the game. So my team called BT, was like, yo, check this out. We'll take the offer and Pooch will work on both shows. And this way he can cross promote. And it's all good in the hood. We'll just work the schedule out. So when that happened, I don't know if BET wasn't feeling that, but negotiations stopped. And then that was the end of Derwin Davis until, you know, I was brought back to say goodbye or whatever. But that's the story. So it's not like, oh, FBT or F this, or there's contracts, man. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's not like, hey, I'm working at McDonald's and then you you quit and go get a application at Burger King, start working at Burger King, but then they won't give you weekends. And then you're like, hey, McDonald's, can I still work weekends with you? And they're like, cool, you can go work weekends at McDonald's and then go work during the week at Burger King. It ain't like that Hollywood unless they say it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that people don't understand. It's just like, well, don't you want to be a part of the dopest show? And part of it was like, hey, man, the game is amazing. And God, I wish I could play Derwin forever, you know, but at the same time, I want to do other things. You know what I mean? I want to be in Star Wars. I want to be in Marvel movies. I want to be the Black Jason Bourne and you know, 7 pounds and Enemy of the State. I want to do all that stuff. And you got to open up your repertoire so that you can see your range and your talent so you get those opportunities. And Ray Donovan did that for me. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that I've done since the game and since Ray Donovan that, you know, I'm really happy with my career and certain things that I've done, and I'm not done. You feel me?
Indeed. Now, just to kind of transition to that, you got a big movie coming up, I believe is coming out March 12th with Tom Holland, directed by the Russo brothers, called Cherry. I was looking at some previews and that shit looks dope. Looks crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That, man.
Oh my God. First and foremost, man, I got to shout out Joe and Anthony Russo and Tom Holland. Yo, let me tell you something, dog. That cat is so cool. He's Peter Parker for real.
Yeah.
Like up on comics and science fiction. Let me tell you something, man. Tom Holland, bro, like that cat, like, you know how you look at Christopher Reeve and he's Superman?
Yep.
Tom Holland to me is Spider-Man, bro. I'm working with Peter Parker right now. Like, not Tobey Maguire. Tobey cool. No disrespect to Tobey and Andrew.
Right.
But Tom is the man.
Now, how do you feel? I mean, not to cut you off, but how does that work? Because you can't unsee it. You look at Tom, you think of Peter Parker, you think of the Avengers, you think of all that right now. So how was that working with him and kind of having him kind of jump out of that shadow and put on a hell of a performance?
Well, I think as an actor, right? So as an actor, when you become your character and you in that world, you in that zone, fellas, you're looking at whoever that character is. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at him as Nico Walker in a sense to where he's going through, like, I'm recruiting this kid who's gonna go fight in Iraq. Like, I'm sending this kid off to Iraq, and I'm just looking at just a poor soul who needs to have a purpose and to go do something. So, hey, you want to go do something? You're gonna go defend this country. So when you in those zones or those moments, that's what you see. It's almost like you surrender to the writing and the work. That I don't see Tom Holland. I don't see Peter Parker. I don't see Spider-Man. I see this kid that I'm about to send off to Iraq, because I'm not Pooch, I'm not Derwin, I'm not Daryl, I'm Sergeant whomever. So as I'm seeing this, as I'm in this, it's a weird mind trip when you become these characters. It's almost like when you look at Sidebar, when you look at Heath Ledger, bro, like, from what I understand, like, that cat became like the Joker. Like, when I see him, he's the Joker to me. Like, that, like, there's a reason why him and Joaquin Phoenix, they won their awards, because they become these characters. And when you become these characters, I'm not seeing like from the project, or I'm seeing who's in front of me. So, like, being able to work with the Russo brothers and Joe and Anthony, I worked with them before on a project called Courtroom K that never came out, that starred Alfred Molina. John Bernthal was in it, who's also a two Marvel alum right there, Dr. Octopus and the Punisher. So it was almost like it was meant for the Russo brothers to be doing Marvel projects. But for me to have this opportunity to do Cherry and to become this character, to put on weight and to become this real person, because I'm normally like, I'm in, there's a certain look that they wanted for this project. And so it's almost kind of like, this guy who's a soldier, but he's recruiting people